All right, so here's notes 5.3, graphing system word problems. This is going to kind of bring back stuff we did at the beginning of the school year. So your friend has $200 and saves $20 per week. You only have $60, but you are going to save $40 per week. When will you both have the same amount, and how much will you both have? Now, you can graph systems, but first let's start off making a table, right? So let's talk about your friend first. So your friend has $200 and saves $20 per week. Well, after 0 weeks, they just have the $200. But after 1 week, they're going to have $220 because they saved $20 per week. So bringing back that semester 1 skills, we're adding 20 every week. So we got 240, 260, 280, 300, 320, 340, 360, 380, 400. However, you only have $60, but you're going to save $40 per week. So right now you only got $60, but if you saved $40 per week, well, the next week you're going to have $100, and the week after that you're going to have $140, which means every week you're adding by 40. So let's fill this out. So week 3 is $180, week 4 is $220, week 5 is $260, week 6 is $300, week 7 is $340, week 8 is $380, week 9 is $420, and week 10 is $460. Now look at these two tables here. Do you notice that these are the same? And that means that on our graph, that's also where they should be the same. So let's plot the points of our system here. So we got 0, 200. So that's right here. Then we have 1, 220. Now you got to be careful. Our graph here is counting up by 20s, 20, 40, 60, 80. So really, if we're going to go up to 220, that's just up 1, right 1. All right, so really our graph, we're going up 1, right 1 because of the tick marks on the y-axis here are going up by 20s instead of by a 1. I hope that made sense. And then the equation for this, bringing back our math, semester 1 skills, we got y equals, we started off with $200 and we're adding by 20 every week. That 20 is our common difference, so that gets the variable. Same with you. Let's write the equation for that one right away. You start with $60, but you're adding up by 40 every week, which is your common difference, so that gets your variable. Now you start off with just 60, so you start way down here, but you go up by 40. Well, 80, 100 is here and right 1. So in this one, it looks like on the graph, we're going up by 2, right 1. In reality, we're actually going up by 40, right 1. But because of how we counted our tick marks, it looks different from that. So I'm going to repeat that until I can't anymore. And then if you look at my graph here, they cross paths at the same spot at 7 and at 340, which is the same as our table. So in 7 weeks, you're both going to have $340. Nice. All right. Miss Robwolf has 15 pencils in her blue bucket, but she loses 2 pencils each day. Miss Bailey has 5 pencils in her desk, but every day she finds 3 more pencils each day. When will they both have the same amount, and how much will they have? Well, let's talk about Miss Robwolf. Miss Robwolf has 15 pencils. So on 0 days, she's already got 15 pencils. But she loses 2 pencils each day. So after 1 day, she's going to have 13. After 2 days, she's going to have 11. Because when you lose something, that's subtracting. Bailey, she has 5 pencils in her desk. So on 0 days, she's already got 5. But she finds 3 more every day. Well, after 1, that means she has 8 pencils. After 2 days, she has 11 pencils. Because when you find stuff, that is adding to your stash. So when I write the equation for Miss Robwolf is going to be y equals 15, because that's how much she starts with, minus 2x. And the minus 2 gets the variable because it's the common difference. In Miss Bailey, well, she got y equal 5, but she adds by 3, and this has our x because that is our common difference. Now, in this graph, everything's counting up by 1, so we can actually, graph this pretty sweet. So this is our y-intercept for Miss Rawolf, so she starts at 15. And this is my slope, which is negative 2 over 1, which means we go down to right 1 until we can't go down to right 1 anymore. Okay? So I'm going to draw my nice line here, and then Miss Bailey, her y-intercept is 5. 3 is her slope, but we have to write it as 3 over 1, which means we go up 3, right 1. So start at 5, up 3, right 1, until we can't go up 3, right 1 anymore. Now looking at this, we're trying to figure out where they cross. Well, they cross right here, and that is at 2 days, 11 pencils. So in 2 days, they'll both have 11 pencils, because with systems and graphing, you're trying to figure out where they cross. All right, next up, we're talking about Jack and Sally. So Jack buys $20,000 worth of stock in Crummy Company and starts losing $2,000 per week. Not good. Sally buys $2,000 worth of stock in Incredible Incorporated and starts earning $1,000 per week. That is good. When will their investments have the same value, and how much will they both be worth? So this time we're trying to write it without the table. So let's start with Jack. So Jack buys $20,000 worth of stock. So that's going to be how much she starts with, $20,000. And that's got 4 zeros. He starts losing $2,000 per week. So that means minus 2,000. Right? If you're losing money, that's not a good thing. That's a minus thing. Which one gets the variable? We'll see how this talks about per week. And see how our x-axis talks about weeks. Whenever you know that your x-axis is talking about weeks, and whatever number is associated with weeks, which in this case is the 2,000, that's where your x goes. Versus Sally, she buys $2,000 worth of stock, so that's 2 with 3 zeros. But she starts earning $1,000 per week, so that's plus 1,000x for our equation. Now look at our graph here, because we need to know this before we mess up. Our tick marks this time are counting by 1,000s, okay? Versus the x-axis is counting by 1 still. So y-axis is counting by 1,000s, x-axis is counting normally. So Jack's equation starts up here at 20,000. If he'd lose $2,000, well, that means he goes down 1,000, 2,000, down 1,000, 2,000, and then right 1 for his graph. And we're just going to repeat that movement all the way down. You guys are really good at graphing. I was super impressed. So now let's look at the next one here. This one starts at 2,000, so that's going to be right here. But she goes up $1,000 every week. So she's going to go up 1, right 1 on this particular graph, because the y-axis is talking about thousands this time. And so when I graph this, I get a final answer of, sorry for the train, 6, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000. So in 6 weeks, they would both be worth $8,000. All right. Again, systems, you're looking for where they cross. We're going to skip number 4 because there's a boo-boo on it, and I don't remember what the boo-boo is. I'll fix it for next year. All right. That's the end of this video. Have a good evening.